Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Lab podcast. I'm your host, Coach Cook, and this is my partner, E-Bass.
I'm E-Bass. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Hopefully well, hopefully resting, enjoying the weekend. E-Bass, how you been, my man?
You know what, Coach Cook, I got into a car accident this weekend, or a couple days ago.
Okay.
Sitting in a parking lot, and a car just rear-ended me and got some damage. So now I'm in a rental, and
I bet that's fun.
it's fun to be in a rental. You know, it's gutless. It's
Okay.
a gutless Supreme,
Right.
and so I have to drive slower now
Okay.
for a little bit in my rental. So everyone out there, you know what I'm talking about, who's been in a car accident.
Yes.
It sucks.
It does. It does.
You miss your car.
It's challenging. You got to rearrange your life a little bit and stuff like that. But luckily, you were in a position to get a rental car, still stay mobile. You're not hurt. That person didn't get hurt at all.
That's right. No, she didn't get hurt. She was emotionally damaged because it hasn't happened to her at all.
Okay.
And she was crying.
Right.
And I felt bad, so I gave her a little hug. She's an older lady. I said, it's okay. We're going to get through it.
Very soothing to the situation. After you
Right.
got hit, you were still yet in a forgiving state, huh?
I was, because it was just a fender bender,
Okay.
so.
No big deal.
Yeah.
It happens.
What about you? How you been?
My week, man. Well, I've been out there on the dock with my guys, breaking down rails and pups and stuff like that, building decks and tying down freight, going back and forth throughout the sea, traveling from hub to end of line and stuff like that. Talking with my guys and just enjoying the week. It's been a cool week. My guy out there doing his thing on the football field. I've been enjoying that, hearing about that, seeing him progress. Everything's just been real smooth, man. No complaints, man. I'm still here, back at it, and ready to do it again. Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Yeah. So I want to talk to a couple of people. I got to give shout out to a couple of people. The Swopes. I know you guys are watching right now.
Okay.
We appreciate you.
Yes,
I
sir.
know he's going to love you. I already talked to you about them. The Swopes. They are huge Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Let's go.
So, you guys can talk about that later. She has told me, Mrs. Swope.
Why can't we talk about it right now? That's some important information that needs to be out there when we're talking about the Chiefs.
That's off the air type
Oh,
of
that's off
information
there.
that we gotta
Copy
talk
that
about.
off there. Yes, sir.
At
Go
some
for
point.
it.
But she's funny. She said there's three things that she wants to convert me to.
Okay.
She wants to convert me to be a Democrat,
Uh-oh.
a Catholic, and a Chiefs fan.
1 out of 3? 2 out of 3?
0 out of 3.
0 out of 3.
I love you guys, but it's not happening.
It's not happening.
Nope. And second one, I got to give a shout out to my man Ray Carvis. He's out there at Phoenix Christians doing DST work. He likes us on Twitter a lot, so we really appreciate you, brother.
DST. You want to break that down for
DST, that's a strength training.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a strength trainer, so he does a lot of strength training for the Phoenix Christian school out there in Phoenix.
Okay. And how is he
And they're
rated?
Christian.
I mean, does he have a specialty? Is it just football? Is it basketball? Is it just all together?
I believe he does everything with all the athletes.
Okay.
Out that way.
All right.
So he's getting them strong, and he's doing his thing.
How many stars this guy got on Google if I searched him?
Probably 5.
Okay. That's serious with it,
Out of 5. He's really good. The whole staff out there is really great. I've known him for a long time. He's actually got me really into coaching track and field, and that's where we started back in 2017.
Okay.
I think 16. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Sports Lab. Well, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Let's talk about those Rattlers down there in that vicious snake pit. Before I got the chance to write the story, well, at that time was suffocating the life out of its opponent down there, the Sugar Skull, the Tucson Sugar Skulls last night. My reporter on the scene, and yes, I did say my reporter on the scene.
We got reporters now.
Shouts out to Agent Roger Reese for giving me that information. Go for it. Okay. Giving me that information because he was live on the scene, and he told me what happened with the Rattlers last night.
Yeah, Rattlers. Tell us. Tell us.
Well, they were up 21-13 at the halftime. At the halfway point, they was up 21-13. They had pretty much led the game up to the fourth quarter. It was all Rattlers. Trey Dixon got hit for the only Rattlers touchdown in the second quarter, which also was the last play in the second quarter. So he went into the half on a high note. When they came back out, they went back to doing their thing. Prior to that, a couple touchdowns from Shannon Brooks. Isaiah Houston had a strong first quarter, and they came out. They came out in the third quarter with 3 sacks. It was a team effort. They still locked down some things. They still kept the lead, but something happened. Something happened out there, and they broke down. They froze.
Mm-hmm.
It was a momentum shift.
That happens.
It does happen.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing. I don't know what happened. They got in their head. They were up. Maybe they got they let off the gas.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time that had happened, it was the fourth quarter, and Tucson took advantage of that. They ripped off 22 points in the last quarter, leading them to victory, with the final score being 35-42, giving the Rattlers a 4-1 record.
That's still a good record.
It's a decent record. It's just one game. It's
you
one
know
game.
What? These guys are pros.
Yes.
Right? These guys are pros, and,
Yes.
and they know how to shake off a loss.
Yes.
And they're going to come back to Glendale, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Next game, right?
The next game will be Saturday, May 10th at 6:05 versus the Bay Area Panthers, which they have a record of 3-1. So it technically should be a good game. The Rattlers should bounce back with the win and get back onto the road of heading to the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So we want to send a lot of shouts out to the Rattlers out there, giving it their all. It turned out how it turned out, but that's how things are sometimes. And, they got a quarterback's memory. They're going to go back, readjust, reassess, and come back and get back to business. Shouts out to the Rattlers. Go enjoy yourself a game down there at the IFL. When that next game is going to be, Saturday, May 10th at 6:05 at versus the Bay Area Panthers. Come out, enjoy yourself, and have a good time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a great environment, atmosphere, loud, fun, and like we said, you might get a football.
You might get a football.
Sit in the red seats.
You might run in that Agent Roger Reese down there. You might catch him on that Jumbotron, even waving a flag or chugging a beer or flexing a muscle. Good guy. Say hi.
Absolutely. So, sticking with the Rattlers, they lost their game. Whatever. They're going to move on. There are some teams that are still undefeated. There's one team that's still undefeated. It's the Quad City Steamwheelers. They're 6-0. The Vegas Nighthawks, the Bay Area Panthers. These are all teams that Arizona might have to deal with later on in the season and into the playoffs.
Yeah.
To
take the next step.
And to ultimately win another championship.
Yes.
So,
and from word on the street is those what would you call them? Pittsburgh or the Steamrollers?
The Steam Wheels.
The Steam Wheels.
Wheelers.
Excuse me. That's my guys' team out there. They're no joke, man. So that's going to be a tough fight right there too.
Right.
Being 6-1, or what do you mean 6-0?
6-0.
6-0. That means something right there. So it's going to be a tough fight. But again, if we get back on track, we've been here and we've done this before. So we need to do what we need to do and get back in the game.
Absolutely, yeah. And Donald Snead, I mean, he's been lights out. Shannon Brooks, running back, and Isaiah Houston, also putting up some really good numbers, decent numbers throughout the season. This is just one of those games. You just kind of brush it off and just move on to the next.
Snead did throw an interception in the hot zone with $1 left on the clock. Probably should have kept it. Probably should have threw it away. He probably could have made a better decision with the ball, but I just got to put that out there. He did throw a pick out there.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That may have been it. So let's talk. I just want to talk a little bit about their coach. So we haven't really talked much about the coach.
Enlighten us.
Kevin Guy. He's been around for 16 seasons. He's been the only coach for the Arizona Rattlers. He's had some monumental achievements in his career. Notably the Arena Bowl, back when they played in the Arena Bowl.
Okay.
Back in the early 2010s.
Kevin Guy.
So 2012, 2013, and 2014, three-peat.
Okay.
They won the championship as a head coach.
For 16 years, he's been the same head coach.
He's been the head coach of the Rattlers, for 16 seasons.
And
Since 2008.
There's never been a shakeup for a new head coach. Not that they need a new head coach.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't need a new head coach because
what they have is working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they win. They won the United Bowl championship in 2017.
Go ahead.
And the IFL championship last season, as we've been talking about. So he's got a crazy winning record, 264-87.
Wow. All right.
As a head coach.
Okay.
In arena football.
All right.
So 75%. And he has led the Rattlers to the playoffs every single season that he's been the coach.
So if the players could make the jump from if they turn out to be some dynamic type players can make the jump to the NFL, how come a coach couldn't? They kept a guy for 16 years. He's got he got a championship underneath his belt, probably a bunch of playoff appearances and stuff like that. How come a guy like that doesn't get mentioned off into the NFL as far as a coach?
I mean,
has he ever tried to go out for
I don't know, but
that next level type coaching?
I'm going to tell you one more thing about him and this might answer our question.
Go for it.
So in 2021, he was the first coach to have to earn the Coach of the Year, the Executive of the Year, and the Franchise of the Year honors. So perhaps he's an executive. So does he own the team? Maybe that's why he hasn't been fired.
Okay.
He can't fire himself. He wouldn't fire himself.
He wouldn't fire himself. I'm going to have to get with a few folks that know about that, especially Agent Roger Reese out there. He would know that fun fact. But baseball.
Let's talk some baseball.
No, let's not talk no baseball. Nobody, you guys want to talk a little baseball out there? Let's talk some baseball. I think, what? I do have a couple guys out there that do enjoy baseball. They gave me some tips on how to bet on baseball. Now,
enlighten us. What are some of those tips?
The chemistry that this recipe requires is very technical. But long story short, what he told me was, you want to line up because he bets props, player props, and he bets hits.
Okay.
So he said the best way to do that you can make some money is to line up the pitcher versus the batter. You want a lefty versus a left swinger, a righty versus a right swinger.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
for the pitcher's benefit.
For the pitcher's benefit and for the hitter's benefit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go the opposite if you got a left hand and you're a right hand pitcher. It's all about placement of where the hitter wants to stand at the mound or at home. So depending on that calculation and what you have, if you got a lefty starting off, versus a right and stuff like that, it's a potential that it won't be a hit. But if it's on the same side, then you might get some hits. And if it's a potential badass hitter, then you can make some money betting on how many times he hits the ball. That's his recipe that he uses and been killing the game too from what he's been telling me. Yes, sir. That's baseball.
That's some great baseball insight right there. I like
Inside tips. Yeah. Look at the pitcher. Look at if he's a lefty, if he's righty. Look at your batters, how they stand, and things of that nature. If you're playing player props to get hits.
So over under hits, right?
Over under. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want the over under.
You want that over under, right?
Some more betting in a few minutes. Just want to talk about the top MLB teams so far in 2025, early on in this season. So, baseball has 162 games they play. They play a long season.
Long baseball.
It's early on. Early on, so be aware of that. So, we're talking MLB. We got the Dodgers, which I have a hard time uttering out of my lips. But
now I need you to be careful there with that one there because I think that could possibly affect some things where I'm at.
Where you work. Sorry,
where
Dodger
I'm at.
fans,
Yeah. But speak your truth, my man.
Yep. So Dodgers, they're up there. They're going to be up there, and they're always really good.
Right.
Surprise really is the New York Mets. They're doing really well. Chicago Cubs, Detroit Tigers.
Number one team right now, the Mets, aren't they?
The Mets are up there. Yeah, they're number one right now with the most wins. San Diego Padres, the Mariners actually are kind of surprising.
Okay.
The New York Yankees, they're always kind of in the mix. San Francisco Giants.
Here we go.
Okay.
There it is.
They're up there.
And your number what? What are the Giants?
They're eighth right now in baseball.
Eighth right now in baseball. Okay.
They got a 19-12 record as of a couple days ago. So I know they're beating up on the Rockies right now, but the Rockies are just not good.
Okay.
And then Philly and Cincinnati winding up the top 10 in baseball. So we're looking at the Giants. They're third in the NL West, but don't let that fool you because the NL West has the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Giants, and the Diamondbacks.
The D-backs, yes, sir.
That are up there with winning records And then we got the Rockies. I think they've won like 6 games.
Do you have a thing against the Rockies?
I don't have anything.
You don't have a thing about the
I
Rockies?
don't.
No, you kind of don't like the Rockies.
I just know I don't
put the emphasis that the Rockies are way down here.
They are. No, I'm just
are.
looking at their record.
Copy.
Yeah, their record. I think they've won 6 games
Okay.
out of 30 something.
But it's a long season though.
It's
so
a long. It doesn't matter.
Baseball doesn't the winner in baseball determines the length that you can go. You got a long season.
You got a long
away
season.
games, home games. You're traveling all over the place. What does six wins determine something right now? That they can't end up better than what they are.
That they're on a record pace to be the worst baseball team in baseball ever.
He said it right here on the lab. Colorado Rockies.
So, sorry, all the Colorado fans.
Suck.
Just being real.
Just
being really honest.
Copy. What about these D-backs?
Yeah, so the D-backs are they're 4th in the NL West. They're not doing too bad either.
Okay.
Giants, they got Jung-Ho Lee.
All right.
He's a rookie.
All right.
I believe he's a
pitcher
rookie this year. He's a batter. No.
Batter, excuse me.
Yeah, he's a batter. William Flores, Robbie Ray, actually an ex-Diamondback pitcher. He's over there at the Giants right now.
Okay.
And Logan Webb's doing really well too. They're putting in some run. They're 12th in the NBA for runs scored, or in the MLB. I mean, the runs scored. Their bullpen's actually really good. They're second best in the MLB. The Giants are.
Who's up next for the Giants right now?
Giants are playing Rockies.
Okay, right now.
Probably right now. It could be right now. Yeah.
It could be right now. Last time
they
you
played
checked,
them twice. They played them 2 times. They beat them yesterday 6-3, I believe. So they should be playing them today if it's a 3-game series.
Okay, all right.
And then D-backs are doing really well as well. They got their squad back from last year. Corbin Carroll, who's been a really lights out baseball player.
Okay.
He's entering his 3rd season. He's got a .293 batting average. So he's not
big
doing
hitter.
too bad
Could
either.
be a big hitter. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long has he been around for?
Excuse me. He's 3rd season.
3rd season. Okay.
His
Did
rookie
he just sign
year
a
was
new contract?
really well. I don't think he is. I'm not sure what his contract is.
No.
Excuse me. Okay. I'm coming off of a cold.
Seems to be going. It's the change of the weather. It's the change of the weather. It goes from hot to cold so fast in Arizona. You got dust blowing. You got trees blowing all over the place. It happens to the best of us. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of your health. Stay up on your allergy pills, your vitamins, and things of that nature, just to protect yourself out there with the change of conditions as we go into the future.
Thank you. Whatever he said, I appreciate that. Top 5 players, though, in the baseball right now. Pete Alonso from the Mets, he's doing really well. He's batting .345. A couple guys from the Padres.
That's a big hitter, right?
Tatis, he's a really good player.
Okay, all right. So are these guys? This last guy that you just referred, that you just talked about right now. He's a guy that you could potentially bet on to get some hits.
Absolutely.
Take the over on that guy with a 345 average.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Depends on the pitcher he's going with too.
Yes, sir.
Right? With that great insight that you had, that he's got 40 hits already.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
On the season, so he's doing really good. The whole Met teams are doing really well out that way.
All right.
Juan Soto, he's a teammate now of Pete Alonso. I believe he's with the New York Yankees last season.
Okay.
So he jumped the river, came over to the Mets, and now he's with the Mets.
Okay, all right.
So on the other side, we got Aaron Judge. Everybody knows who Aaron Judge is. They should at least.
Does everybody know who Aaron Judge is?
I think most people know who Aaron Judge is. He's like 6'7".
Okay, all right.
Center fielder.
All right.
He's a big boy, but he can hit too. He can hit the ball out. He's got 11 home runs already, 32 runs driven in, and he's got an OPS of 1.298, which, by the way, OPS, if you don't know what the OPS is the combined average of on base and slugging. On base plus slugging.
Okay.
OPS. Okay. So batting average and how often they're on base. So
to get to base and then versus what they crack.
Right.
All right.
So he's at 1.298, which, if you're over 1, that's pretty good. That means you're hitting, either 500 and 500.
Okay.
Which is pretty good.
Right.
Or you have a batting average of 3 something and an on pace percentage of 7 700 something.
So if you keep hitting like that, that's what you're gonna be on pace
keep
too.
on going up
Right,
too,
you
right.
just keep going up.
So his
Excellent.
batting, Aaron Judge's batting average is 432, which in baseball is really good.
Okay.
32 runs batted in, so he's doing really well. Paul Goldschmidt, all you Arizona Diamondback fans remember Paul Goldschmidt as the first baseman here for many years. He got traded to St. Louis 4 seasons ago, maybe
Okay.
4 or 5.
Be careful. I got some Diamondback fans out there that know that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pops.
So Pops, you'll know who Paul Goldschmidt is. Goldie, he goes by.
Okay.
A lot of Goldschmidt fans out there. They were sad to see him go.
Position. How about that? Help me out with that.
First base.
First baseman.
So first baseman, he's doing really well, dude. 361 batting average.
All right. Cracker too, huh?
Yep. So hitting the ball out there in New York. And then let's look a little bit at some of the betting odds for the National League West division winners. So right now, the odds Vegas have the Dodgers at minus 450. That's pretty good, because the next one's the San Diego Padres at plus 650.
Okay, all right.
So the lower the number you are, the higher odds you have of winning. That's how it works.
More money.
So
Okay, all right.
if you're a negative number, then you're better. You have the odds of winning.
You have the odds of winning. So
okay. They have LA. Then they have the Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Giants, and the Colorado Rockies. This is how bad the Colorado Rockies are. Vegas has them winning the NL West, plus 10. Well, how many zeros is that?
It's a lot of them.
2, 3, 4.
Keep on counting.
Plus 100,000.
But if you mess around and put a little money on something like that, because the odds of them winning that division are astronomical, as we can see.
Right.
But that's a ticket, though. If you can hit on that, if they can
It's
come
a
back,
ticket. Absolutely. You could put
$10
$1 on that.
Okay, $1.
And you would win. I think it'd be 10 grand.
$10,000 for $1 on that to come
I think
back. And
I think that's how it works.
And they only won 6 games so far, or you said
Right.
okay.
And well, that's the thing. They're not gonna win.
They're not gonna win.
I
I'm just
feel
saying,
like you're like really
it's early in the
might be
season.
voting for them to-
Baseball, you play 375 games.
This is true.
It's a long season. They suffer a lot of injuries. How you know they're not just holding back a little bit?
I like his optimism. You're a glass half full kind of guy.
What's wrong with that, man? I
Nothing.
want to see
I
somebody
love it.
hit that ticket. Y'all don't forget
love
about
it.
Colorado Rockies.
Colorado Rockies.
Just
Are you
because
calling it?
I'm just saying, just because they're here does not mean that they can't go there. There's always room for elevation and progress. Remember that at the Sports Lab. Wow.
There we go.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about your prediction of the who was it again in the NBA playoffs?
Let's
Detroit
not
Pistons?
forget
Okay,
it.
yeah, we're gonna.
Let's put some
We'll
respect.
get
You
to
don't
that
want to go there. You
sometime
ready to go to
soon.
there?
Not yet.
I'm
Not
ready.
yet.
I'm waiting for it. Bye.
I know. We're going to talk about it in a second.
that.
So, National League pennant though, they got the Dodgers at plus 145. The Mets, the Phillies, the Braves, the Cubs, the Padres, the Diamondbacks. Actually, they have them above the San Francisco Giants. Not by much though.
Not by much. What's the line
it's
on
close.
that exactly?
It's,
Give me those exact numbers on that.
It's
there.
plus 1,500 for the Diamondbacks and plus 2,000 for the Giants.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, if you really want to put a bet on it, like he said, like Coach Cook said, if you want to make some money, I have some people that I know that just at the beginning of the year they put $100 on something that they just think might win. Like it's out there, like it's a plus 1,000 or plus 2,000.
Like the Colorado Rockies, right?
Like the Colorado Rockies.
Okay.
I was thinking more like in the middle of the pack.
Right.
But they put $100 on it and just see what happens. And then they lose $100. They lose $100 but if they win it, then they'll get $5-6 grand.
5-6 grand. So, in your professional opinion, right here on the lab, out of that right there, what do you got going on? Who'd you put your $100 on right now?
So I would
Diamondbacks,
obviously
are you
put my
gonna go with
$100.
the Giants?
I would go with the Giants to win the National League pennant, but it's plus 2,000. So Vegas is saying that they're not gonna win it. They're not even in the top 5.
They're not even top 5.
But you never know, like you said.
You
like
never
he
know.
says, Coach Cook is saying exactly right. You just don't know.
You don't know.
But with the Rockies, I think we all know. American League.
Y'all remember that.
American League, we're looking at the Yankees, Tigers, Rangers, Mariners. They're kind of rounding up that top area for the pennant odds over there. The Astros, the Red Sox, obviously. So, but both New York teams are on top of their division right now.
Okay.
They're doing really well. Now, a couple.
New York got a lot of things going on. They over there in basketball. They over there in football.
The Knicks.
Basketball.
Brunson.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them in a
We'll
minute.
talk about them in a minute. I'm trying to steer you over there a little bit.
I know,
I'm trying to drive you over that lane. Let's go ahead and get to that lane real quick.
He's getting a little antsy. If I have another coughing attack, you can just kind of take that over.
I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. As soon as he starts woofing, I'm taking off. Go for it.
Some American League Rookie of the Years, if you guys are all interested in Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, we're looking at Jacob Wilson from the A's, Christian Campbell from Boston Red Sox, Jason Dominguez from the Yankees.
Okay.
Outfielder, they're all hitting above 300. Couple home runs, couple RBIs, but in their rookie year, they're doing their thing. So
tell me somebody from the Diamondbacks. We done made that list somehow, some way. We represent the town over here. Where the Diamondbacks at?
Well, the Diamondbacks don't have any rookies right now, so they're not. There's nobody on the Rookie of the Year
to
for
represent
the Diamondbacks.
Okay. All right.
Corbin Carroll did win the Rookie of the Year, I believe, 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
So he was lights out. He hit a lot of home runs, and they did really well that year as well. So,
but they did come up short, though.
They did come up short.
Who took them out? Was it the Rockies?
It was definitely not the Rockies.
Was it the Rockies? Yeah.
The Rockies were watching them play baseball.
Okay. All right. They was already fishing.
They were fishing. They were in Cancun. Yeah.
Something like the Lakers. Well, I'm sorry, y'all.
That's such a great segue into
like those
our
Lakers.
What are the Lakers doing right now?
They're fishing.
They're fishing.
They're fishing right now. They're trying to figure out their next move right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're enjoying their time with their family, but they're not watching basketball.
No. I don't think I'd watch. Well, maybe I would. I might want to see who's going to win. If I was in the NBA.
If I just pulled the type of performance that so many of those Lakers did, I wouldn't want nothing to do with basketball. I would fall off the grid right now.
We could talk for hours
with that loss.
They were so bad.
It was terrible.
Bringing Luca over, and I was talking to Coach Cook earlier, and just there's a video online out there of Luca pre-American food.
Pre-American food. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. This is a fun fact, and it's a crazy story. Go for it.
It's a video of Luca back early on in his days when he was a rookie, a couple years, into his NBA tenure, playing for the Mavs. That boy could play ball.
Okay.
He was twisting, turning, jumping, dunking, shooting, and he was fit.
He was fit. He was in shape.
He was in shape. He was fit.
You're not talking about the same Luca that we just saw the other day, no.
No, poor Luca, where he's I hurt
doing
my
all
back
that,
and leaning over as if he needs a walker type of Luca.
So this was you said this was prior American food. So whatever he was eating beforehand versus coming over here.
That's what the YouTuber put on it. I don't know.
Making that suggestion
accurate.
of that.
All I'm making making a poke at American food. Yeah, but
Is that a fair poke, man? American
it could
food's
be a fair
trash.
poke. I mean, it is trash, but I mean, look at all the other NBA players. They look pretty good.
They look good.
And I'm sure they eat American food.
And we've talked about that too. Those guys that do look good, higher in the number, longer in the tooth.
That's right.
Are taking care of their bodies.
Like LeBron James.
Yeah. Paying the money for it, going through the therapies, have a complete whole process. How come a top-notch player like Luca does not have that?
I don't know.
But he's yet in the talk of being one of the most premier players in the league. They want to make him the face of L.A. once LeBron goes.
I don't know.
How is that? What do they see that we don't?
I don't know. I don't know what they see. I don't know. Maybe they're...
Dude can't play defense. Buckets. He's wet from everywhere, right? Back there, 37 feet, 12 feet, 15, free throw line, make some moves, can pass, stuff like that, but he can't play defense.
No, he can't.
And defense wins basketball games, doesn't it?
Most of the time, yeah.
Didn't do nothing for him that night. Got that ass toe up. That's what happened to him.
Sure did, my man.
And without Ant scoring anything in the fourth quarter, just playing around.
Yeah.
Hanging out, having a good time. Some rebounds, some passes, hitting Jeff McDaniels and things of that nature.
Uh-huh.
But nobody.
Does the coach have anything to do with how the players play defense?
Yeah, he got something to do with how they play offense. He got something to do with how they play defense. Right, yeah, absolutely. He's supposed to when they decided to go big, JJ Redick, ex-podcaster, that I just recently found out.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, he was just in a chair like this here.
He was podcaster / he was on the early show that Stephen A is on. He did a lot of that stuff too.
He did a lot of that stuff, but then he went from
But he had a podcast channel as well.
he went from broadcasting and then broke it down to a podcast with LeBron James. Actually, from what the word was,
Yeah, he was a podcaster.
He was a podcaster. So just recently, he came from sitting behind a chair doing this here, exciting the world and stuff like that, to being on the court with LeBron James and a representation of the Lakers.
Which means you and I have that same opportunity.
You would think.
I mean, we could lead the Lakers.
I could play some type of defensive specialist coach or something like that. I can get the guys in shape. I can help motivate the camp. Why?
Right.
Why not? What qualifies that dude? Because what we just saw doesn't.
Well, he played basketball in the NBA.
Oh, he has the name already.
That kind of helps.
He has the history already.
Yeah, he has probably the knowledge. You and I have knowledge of basketball too.
You don't think LeBron got him in and said, "Okay, boom, come on in, homie. I got my son in. I can get you in, and we can make this happen."
I have my doubts.
Does LeBron have that type of power?
He does, but it didn't seem like he was butthurt about having him there.
Why? So did he put him in position because he can control the situation? How come he didn't put somebody a little stronger in position?
That could be true.
Isn't Pop on the market right now?
Pop is done.
He's done? He doesn't want to come back?
I think this is his last year.
Copy.
Yeah. He's got some health issues, but Pop. See, now we're talking about coaches from a whole different generation.
Right. It couldn't possibly work with today's player.
No.
With Pop, with that type of coaching that Pop is, he's a zero
he's
tolerance
had to adapt
type of
too.
guy.
Yeah.
Well, he had to. Yeah.
He's had to adapt a little bit.
That's a great coach, though. You can adapt. You can make the change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think going back to your original question, a lot of responsibility goes on JJ Redick. He made some terrible decisions.
He did.
When he went small, they went big, and then he didn't make the adjustment to go back and stop Gobert. 25 points, 27 points. Plus 20 on the rebounds. I mean, he just went nuts, went crazy. He played like he should be in the talk for the MVP. I don't think he's played like that in a long time. But he took advantage of the opportunities of the lane being wide open. And J.J. Redick didn't do nothing. Nothing, in my opinion.
And then they kind of touted him when he played the same players the whole game.
Yeah, dogged him out.
Or the whole second half. It was one of those two, yeah.
He didn't share the minutes.
He didn't substitute anybody.
And I don't know what told him from his players that were playing all those minutes that they could carry the series between LeBron, Luca, and them. You know what I'm saying? That they were that productive that they could play those type of minutes and possibly win. No, absolutely not.
Nope. I think they were definitely on their way out.
Right.
So
is LeBron coming back?
Is LeBron coming back? The biggest question mark of the day.
Well, that's one. That's one.
Would say
that's one. The other one is LeBron the GOAT? That's another question that we shot that around the dock out there all night.
LeBron is, in my opinion, he's not the GOAT.
Top five.
Top five. Man, that's tough. Top five. There's a lot of good players out there.
Wow.
That have won more championships than him.
Okay.
That have won more defensive players of the year than him.
Okay.
That have won more MVPs than him.
Okay.
That have,
the numbers don't lie, and his accolades can go on forever and a day. He gave you what, 20
years?
20 years in the league.
21? Yeah.
21, maybe more, really. I think somebody said something like 23 or 24 years. He's been around
what
forever.
Is he, 40? He's 41 or 40?
I think 40.
If he's 40, he came out of high school.
Okay.
So he was 18 when he got into the league.
There you go.
So that's 22 seasons.
Right. So, and a guy that changes the game of basketball doesn't belong in your top five over there. Is that what you're saying?
What did he change? Silence. Technically, I'm making.
I
don't know what he changed. I don't know what he changed. He got a lot of people looking at him when he came into the league because he's straight out of high school and he was really good.
I mean, you got people that will challenge you and say that LeBron was the man. LeBron changed the game. LeBron sexuals out there in the world that stood by him, whether wrong or right. And you sit here in the lab and you say that guy is not in your top five. He is not a GOAT. So we're done with that. In your opinion, LeBron is not the GOAT.
I don't think he is the GOAT.
Copy.
Do you think he's the GOAT?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
He's GOATless.
He a dope player. he done some things that was pretty amazing in the league.
Absolutely.
I did enjoy a lot of his games, some of his antics and stuff like that. I think what cursed him, I told a few guys out there, I think really, really, truly what cursed LeBron James was the initial Michael Jordan tag. Yeah. He got it. He was oh, he's going to be the next Mike. He's going to be the next Mike. I never felt that was right. I think you should let a player be a player. Let him develop him who he is. A guy
he was King James before he stepped foot on the court.
Yeah.
He was King James.
So why not just run with that? Why have to attach him? Why were they pushing him so hard to be the face of the league? I don't know if LeBron really actually wanted it. I think he went along with it because he had to sign his name on that line to get that type of bread. But I don't think he really wanted that affiliation with Michael J. Maybe a comparison down the line in numbers, but to be the second coming, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah. For an 18-year-old?
For an 18-year-old.
Yeah. He's done a lot. He's been in the league for 20 years.
So then am I wrong for wanting Anthony Edwards to be the next one up, but in sense of bringing the soul back to the game, the soul of the game. That's why a lot of people don't mess around with basketball nowadays, because it seems soulless, right? It's not much effort. It's the three. It's real quick. But can Anthony handle the responsibility of bringing the soul back to the game to make it more attractive for guys like us in our age that appreciated back then type basketball? With the modern twist.
I don't know. I watched his game and I think he's got some great things, great attributes to his game, but I still feel like he doesn't take control of the game, the whole game. He can take control of the game in parts of it,
certain points.
But when you're a GOAT and you're not a GOAT, but when you're a Jordan or a Kobe or
a leader,
a Magic Johnson or Larry Bird or any of those guys,
yes sir,
they don't stop
from start to finish.
They don't stop, and I feel like he does. He's got great highlights. Got great, dunks on people.
Okay.
Posterizing them,
right.
But that's not.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. Okay. All right.
I don't know.
So
I hope he does. I love his game. I just think he needs to carry it more.
All right. So from
a leader.
From the beginning of the game to the end of the game, you want my guy to just be in control of how the game is going, the flow of the game, and technically the outcome of the game.
Right. I mean, look at Michael Jordan and Kobe. They controlled the team.
They were pressure.
The whole entire team.
They were pressure, yes.
If you weren't in your spot when you're supposed to be there, he tells you.
You got told about it,
and you don't
right.
see that from really any player in the NBA right now.
So they have the talent, they have the skill, but they lack leadership.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know what it is.
How do you have all the talent in the world, but then you lack leadership?
Right.
The ability to.
Because I think in today's...
Is that not pushed? Is that not a part of learning about basketball, leadership? I think I hear coaches...
It was.
Well, you're a coach yourself, right?
It was at one point, yeah.
Right? How do you incorporate leadership into your players?
Because players don't want to be leaders. Because sometimes their leaders are looked down on. Because they're the ones that are
looked down.
Because they're looking... Today's world.
Okay.
Maybe not so much before, but sometimes leaders can they don't want to be. They're the brown noser. They're the ones that follow the coach's orders, and they're the ones that are telling me what to do. Like that's what leaders are supposed to do. But
right.
Sometimes people don't want to have that pressure on. They don't want to be known as the person who tells you what to do.
Keep it in line, snitch or something like that.
Exactly.
Or inform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Things of that nature.
All they want to do is dunk on people and throw up 3-point shots and play one-on-one. And they don't want to worry about leaders. They don't want to worry about keeping people in line.
Okay.
So
that's today's game. Could it change?
I don't know, man.
Do the coaches have the ability to change that?
I don't know if it's the coaches. I think it's the parents.
You taking it all over.
We're going deep,
home.
Man.
You're going back home with it. So
That's
it starts at home. It always starts at home.
Starts with the parents, man.
Okay.
You got to teach these kids to be leaders and not just
followers.
Put the ball in the hole.
Copy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's me.
No. I'm pretty sure around the world it does start at home. Parents being more involved, teaching those
fundamentals.
So
that the coaches can use that.
Right, to build on. And then
look at Kobe Bryant's life.
Okay.
he was living in a whole different country.
Okay.
This guy knows like 3 different languages.
Versed in the world. All right. All around the world.
Like he's done it because his parents taught him that stuff.
Okay. So parents need to be more involved with their kids, teach them the things that's going to help them in life, and then the right people that comes with the people is going to enhance what's already been planted. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jordan's parents. Same thing.
Yeah.
We can even look at Serena and
her sister
Venus,
and their dad, right?
Look,
yeah.
I mean, you look at the greatest, and you look at their parents, and you see what they did.
His dad was willing to, and forgive me, I don't know if it was from St. Louis, maybe from the South, but his father was willing to move where they were living to the hood. He brought them to those conditions, from what I read in a book. He brought them to Compton to flourish in an undesirable environment, bringing out the best in them, even though the situation around you is not the best. Which was which was a big risk. You know what I'm saying? To take your family from somewhere where it's safe, they know, they're used to, all the way to L.A. They're from the South. I believe it's from the South. Don't quote me, y'all. I believe he's from the South, to go to L.A. to build some true character from the environment in his children and his 2 girls. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's pretty dope.
Tiger Woods' parents. Same thing.
Same thing.
They started him off. I don't know how his childhood was, but from what I've seen and read, they started him off early, but they instilled that responsibility, hard work, pays off,
dedication.
Yes. I mean, some of these players in the NBA and in the pros right now, if they were, and you still see them, they're still scattered in there.
Okay.
Every so often, like you see it, but just not like how it was.
That overwhelming, where you got that type of talent everywhere, versus just it might be over there or it being over there.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. So anyway,
that
was a good. I like that rant. Let's talk the game. We got playoff game going.
We got playoff games going on right now.
Right.
But you are covering Indiana and New York. Isn't that your topic?
Nope.
That's not your topic?
No, I got Thunder Nuggets matchup coming up.
So what's going on there?
You got,
talk to me. Talk to me.
Thunder Nuggets, that's going to be, well, let's just go back, because the Nuggets just won a Game 7 versus the Clippers.
The Clips.
And
let me get this straight. The Clippers, they have James Harden, right?
They do got James Harden.
They do have James Harden. Yeah, I tightened up.
They got James Harden.
I tightened up a little bit. I jumped back on that. They got James Harden. They got
Yes,
Kawhi
they do.
Leonard. And they couldn't handle that.
They couldn't. Well, because James Harden had 7 points.
Went cold.
He went cold.
The whole game?
He did have 13 assists, though. So he passed the ball, but he wasn't shooting very, very good.
Okay.
I mean, both sides really weren't shooting that great. Aaron Gordon was the top scorer for Denver. In Game 7.
Okay.
But they went on. They beat him. They beat him pretty bad, 120 to 101.
Did they give up? I didn't really watch the game. I saw the box score, but I didn't watch the game. Was it?
I actually didn't watch a lot of the game either. I watched the first part of it, and I was just kind of following it.
Okay.
But I mean, it looks like they did. They lost by 19 points.
Okay.
So, but they didn't. They didn't do well from 3-point line. Shot 29% from 3-point line.
How many shot attempts?
They shot 27 attempts, so not a lot.
Okay.
Really. They both shot about one shot. Denver shot 29.
Okay.
But Denver shot 90 2-point field goals. They shot 90 of them.
Okay.
Opposed to 84.
Percentage was a little higher. Yes.
But Denver won the rebound game.
Okay.
They won the turnovers.
They should. Right.
They won points in the paint.
Right.
And their largest lead was 35 points. So, but as a Game 7, I mean, once you get that, Game 7s are tough. They got to be hard. So they got to be tough, right?
We're talking about veterans here.
I know,
you would consider James Harden, and especially Kawhi Leonard being a veteran. Yeah. What did he finish with? What was his effort?
Kawhi. He finished with 22.
22
and 5. He only shot 13 times though. So you would think, I mean, if this was a Michael Jordan type of thing or a Kobe Bryant type of thing,
okay,
he's going to take over the game. He should have took over the game.
Which
he's their leader. Right?
I said the same thing about LeBron. Now, as much as I don't want to mess with LeBron, if all LeBron had to do in that game was go crazy for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He was already, his minutes were like 41 minutes, plus 40, plus 30. I mean, he had crazy minutes. All LeBron had to do was go crazy for 10 minutes. Lock down the old LeBron from Miami. Lock down, mean in the face, go in the paint, grab the rebounds, smashing on everybody, rotating, moving his feet, just cause a serious outcry in the stadium in LA for 10 minutes. That's all LeBron had to do. It would have sent a shockwave through everybody in LA to help them believe that LA might possibly win this game. He didn't do that for 10 minutes. Had he had done that, the outcome could have been completely changed. I think so. I was sad at the effort. That's all he had to do. Everybody would have been on fire. Luca would have been out of the world. Reeves would have been. I mean, everybody just would have. And then the environment would have been so terrifying, it would have shook Minnesota to a degree. And that's what you want in a playoff game. But anyway, I digress.
I think, yeah, you're right. You're right. But let's look at the Thunder Nuggets matchup. So Thunder won 50 games. I'm sorry, Thunder won 68 games.
68 games, yeah.
Denver's won 50 games. So that's 18 points, 18 game swing.
Yep.
Regular season.
1-1, right?
What?
1-1. Didn't they see him? They played Denver in the regular season?
They did. They swept them 4-0.
Oh. It's over. It's a wrap.
Oh, wait, sorry. No, that was not accurate. They didn't sweep them. Recant that. Yeah, that was their first round. They swept the Grizzlies. 4-0.
Yes.
Yeah. But you're looking at. I'm gonna love this matchup because it has two of the 1-2 MVPs of the league.
Yes, sir.
With the SGA and the Joker.
The Joker.
So we can talk MVP. We don't have to do that. But that's gonna be a great game. They're not gonna be guarding each other, obviously, but those two guys, whoever wins in the points, rebounds, assists. Could be the winner of this series.
Okay.
It's a 7-game series. You just don't know what's going to happen.
And
with
who
this.
do you got? Who you rolling with?
Man,
First game one. Let's just
game one. Game one. I think
it's in OKC.
It's in OKC. Yep. So I'm going to have to say Thunder is going to probably win this game. It'll be within 10 points. I would say Thunder's going to win.
Thunder by 10.
Thunder by 10 or less.
10 or less. Excuse me. Okay.
Thunder by 10 or less. We're looking at the odds right now in Vegas. They got at 10 right now.
They're at 10
minus
right now.
9.5. So
okay,
that's what they're at right now for OKC to win.
And when's that game?
That game is we're looking at tomorrow. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
7 o'clock.
6:30.
6:30.
Yep. TNT, True TV. Yep. Okay. So OKC, they're highly favored. Actually, they're favored by 10. Minus 450 is what they're at. So I'm pretty sure Vegas is pretty on point with that one. I think Oklahoma City is going to take out Denver game one.
Mm-hmm. All right, OKC.
Yep.
Let's go. So you text me last night and you was like, let's have some fun with it. Mm-hmm. And you said build your starting five.
Yeah, from the teams who
are left over, in the playoffs right now. Build your starting five with the players left over from the teams that are in the playoffs. Absolutely.
So we got 8 teams, and we can't pick the same people.
Hopefully, you didn't pick the same. You didn't take no peek at this, did you?
No.
Okay, then we're good. So I'll let you go first with your point guards. Deuce, what up?
Point guard, I got to go with
Deuce. What up? Watch this, dude.
Jalen Brunson. Got to go with Jalen Brunson
as your point guard.
He is my point guard. He is the management. He's going to manage my team to victory. Absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Fourth quarter, clutch. Who do you got
for the point guard? Tell me about it, folks. I got Shy.
Yeah.
Gilchrist.
Well, I mean,
Alexander.
That's a good pick.
That's an MVP pick right there. What are you talking about?
Good pick.
Most of these guys wouldn't be able to operate without him. He's plus 20 to what I got else going on down here. Mm-hmm. Power forward.
I got to go with Randall. Julius Randle. I need a big body type of dude that's just he's going to come in and he's going to create chaos and open up lanes and block and be a rim protector.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with Jaden McDaniels for my
similar
power forward.
similar type players.
Long slasher. He can shoot. He can rebound. Offensively, defensively, he can pass. He can set up picks. The big guy can do a lot down there. Plus, like I said again, he can pull me some big rebounds and help me out in that category.
Center. Okay, I was gonna tell you who's gonna grab a lot of rebounds
for you.
Joker. Easy pick.
I'm. This could be a liability for me, but I was just so impressed by the effort he made the list. I'm gonna go Gobert for my center
in one game.
One game. It doesn't take
sample
much
size for Coach Cook. One game. He liked him in one game.
It doesn't.
He's starting him on.
Only places you can go from here is up with this guy.
He's good though.
This might have just helped this guy to take his game to the next level. His output might just be the same from what just happened in L.A.
Yeah, they need him to step up.
To stay consistent,
need him to step up.
He has to do that. Yes, sir.
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. You don't want none of this. You don't want none
Bring
of
it.
this, right? You
Bring it. I already know who my guy is. Who do you got?
This Ant Dog.
I knew you'd go with the Ant Dog.
That's my guy, man.
Well, I got a kind of evenly matched guy.
Well,
Donovan Mitchell.
No way.
Donovan Mitchell.
No way. Somebody out there
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Somebody out there tell him Donovan Mitchell versus Ant Dog is not 50-50. The scale is this way. Somebody say something about that. Go ahead. Ant Dog.
We'll see.
20 plus 20.
We'll see.
Rebounds. Can
Donovan
control
Mitchell.
the game. His output, his energy is unmatched when he's involved. Donovan Mitchell? No.
The key word is win.
When
he's involved.
So you telling me Donovan Mitchell is on goal all the time? From jump? Are you sure?
From jump. Until
hopefully they'll never see us. Shooting forward, who you got?
I got Sangoon.
Sangoon.
Okay. I've been watching him this whole playoff season. I watched zero of him in the regular season.
Okay.
But I love his effort. I love how he rebounds. I love how he goes to the basket strong.
All right.
He's just a really great power forward.
Big minutes.
Small forward coming
Does he give you big minutes?
He gets tired easy.
So he gives you what he gives you, but it's positive minutes.
It is very positive minutes. But he may have to rest a little bit. But he's gonna be good.
So we're gonna run that ass right out the gym with Jason Tatum.
Bow!
Get out of here.
I mean,
get out here. If he ain't ready for it, Jason Tatum will run him right out the building.
Jason Tatum is the man.
Put some respect on it. What's up, Deuce? Thank you, sir.
I got to give credit to that pick.
Yes.
I would have picked him too, but you took him already.
I already took him. I was on top of it.
So who we got? So I got Brunson as my point guard. Mitchell, shooting guard.
Questionable.
Sangoon, small forward.
Questionable.
Randall, power forward, and the Joker at my center.
To be honest with you, I think the only one I like out there on yours is the Joker. You can't go wrong with the center.
That's it.
Triple-double guy, big on rebounds.
You haven't watched Brunson then.
You got to watch Brunson, but he's soft, though. He can turn an ankle if you blow on him, man. He always falls down and stuff like that. I got Warriors on this team. Ant Dog from Shy, Jason. What about your coach? Who's going to lead that squad that you put together to victory? Especially versus my lineup, because this ain't no joke over here, man.
So we're picking coaches from these 8 teams.
Still, yes, sir.
So we're still in
the playoffs. Playoff players, playoff coaches.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to go, and I was kind of going back and forth between Kerr and
I forgot. How did I forget about Kerr? But you know what? It'd be all right. It'd be all right.
But I got to go with Joe Mazzulla. He's the Boston Celtics coach. I mean,
okay, all right.
Championship pedigree.
Hey,
young.
Okay.
He's. I was gonna go with Steve Kerr, but I thought. I mean, this guy's just won it last season. So.
Okay.
That's my coach.
Repeat offender. I'm gonna go Kenny Atkins, the coach of Cleveland.
Who?
Coach of Cleveland that produced a top seed out of the East and being
and has
Cleveland.
a great shooting guard too, by the way.
A crazy shooting guard. They didn't make my list. They didn't make my list, but it's okay. But his coach did make my list. How about that, y'all? I did talk about his coach. He manages minutes. He manages the team. Inspirational. Still a young guy, and got a good thing going on in Cleveland that so much that I respected him that he made my team. He made my list to lead my squad that I put together that would destroy yours. I'm putting that on record right now. Destroy him. So
we got one game going on today.
right now,
It starts at 5:30.
It's 5:30.
Golden State and Houston.
We're taking Golden State. We gotta take Golden State for your sake. I
For
mean,
my
Golden
sake,
State is.
I mean, I picked them from the beginning to win this series, and they should have won the last game or even the game before. They're up 3-1. So Houston Rockets coming back. Got to give props to them. If they do win the series, they came back 3-1.
They came back 3-1.
So I mean, you can't. And they had a chance to win it in San Francisco 2 nights ago. So now they got to travel back to Houston, playing in Houston. Right now the odds. Right now it's at -2 or 2.5 is the spread. So it's very narrow.
Thin.
Vegas has them very narrow. Yeah, very thin. They do have Houston as or Golden State as the underdog at +115, and Houston as the odds-on favorite has -135.
So we're taking Golden State.
I'm going to take Golden State
Just for money line, just to win the game.
just to win the game, money line. So that'd be plus 115, make a little bit of money there.
Okay, a little something.
The total over/under is 206. So
Okay.
I think they should make the over on that. I think they're going to get
206,
over.
206 points.
Both teams will get over 100. Both teams will get over 100 points for sure.
So we're gonna take money line and the over Golden State.
Correct.
Correct. So if that's what you guys like are into, want to make a little cash out here, the Sports Laugh have concocted a recipe for you guys for the over and the money line with Golden State, and that is tonight, right?
That's tonight.
But
5:30.
if you got to buy some eggs, if you got to put some in power on, or get some gas in the car, or maybe get the tires rotated, stay away from that betting and take care of your business.
That's right. Let's stick with betting real quick.
Go for it.
The odds are the odds for the NBA 2025 MVP. Vegas has easy really is SGA.
SGA. Okay.
At -4,000.
Are you? That's funny that you said that because you're a real big supporter of Jokic.
I'm
You talked about him. You ranted about him. We talked about him like 20 minutes before the show got started.
I do like him.
Right.
Yeah. And
He's not worthy of the title?
He is worthy of the title, but they're not going to give it to him
Why?
because he's already won 2 in a row.
What does that mean? You can't win 3 in a row if you win 2 in a row?
You can, but not in the NBA. Even with the numbers, you won't do it.
You won't do it.
No.
No.
I mean, and you look at their numbers at SGA. He is the points leader. He's got 32.67 points per game this year.
Okay.
Just about 6 rebounds or assists and 5 rebounds and almost 2 steals. But Joker has 29 points.
Here you go.
So really, kind of similar.
Right, okay.
3 points off.
Okay.
Right.
Keep on going down the line, though.
You go down the line.
Yeah.
Assist. Joker's got 10 assists,
That's
averaging
crazy. That's
as
crazy
a center,
for a big guy.
and 12 rebounds and the same amount of steals as SGA. So going by the numbers,
The
you
numbers
would
alone.
think just the numbers alone. We don't know what type of person that, if it was just numbers, you saw this on a sheet of paper, you go, who would you want on your team? But they're not going to give it to him.
Who knows?
But who knows?
But who knows? But your prediction is Shai will get it.
Oh yeah, he'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he'll get it. No problems. But
We have Indiana and
Indiana's they're playing the Cleveland
Cavaliers
Cavs today. Yeah, about 3:00. So they're the early game.
So let's look at the line. We got the line pulled up. You got the line pulled
I
up.
do got the line pulled up.
Because I'm going to give you guys the early prediction of Game 1 in this series.
Yep. So Cleveland's it's 8.5 is the spread.
Okay.
Favor of Cleveland. They're -380 right now for Cleveland to win this game.
Over under.
To 229.5. So Vegas is saying this is gonna be a high scoring game. Not a lot
Strong
of defense.
possibility. Cleveland had a little rest, right? They've been chilling. They've been relaxing.
Yeah.
They could have a great bounce in their step. You did say the over was
8.5.
so it's high.
Started at 7.5.
So we'll make it easy, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just go Cleveland for Game 1,
Yes.
and I'll go the over. I'll throw the over.
You going over?
I'll throw the high-scoring game. They're rested. Come out, make an example, put their best foot forward initially. Let's take the over. Let's take the money line. Let's take Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland.
There it is.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
And so those are the only 2 games going on right now.
Right. Which we should be watching.
Which we will be watching.
Right.
Starts right now.
Starts right now.
Yeah. And then Knicks Celtics. That's gonna be another fun one too. I think the Knicks Celtics.
I hope that
they're a 3-2 matchup.
Right.
It actually has Boston at 9.5 right now. That's the spread.
As right now.
Right now, Boston 9.5. Yep.
They're gonna adjust that. When is that game? Is that tonight?
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. That's Tuesday.
Yeah,
so they're
tomorrow,
giving people they're giving people a little time to buy into that.
Yeah,
it's gonna adjust. It's gonna change by tomorrow.
They're playing in Boston.
First
New York,
game.
Boston had a lot of rest, so they're probably taking a lot of those factors into it too.
Okay, hey, Wells, my guy Wells out there. Game 1, Boston, sir.
Yeah, they'll win it. They might even take the spread too. Boston's good.
I'm for sure gonna take the win for Boston Game 1.
Boston win by 10.
I'll let you have that.
Okay.
I'll let you have that.
I'll say Boston by 10.
You say Boston by 10? You
They're
say
at
it real easy too. Like, you know what I'm saying? New York ain't got a chance with it defensively.
If they can
short
stop
on that a
Jalen,
little bit.
if they can stop Brunson from doing what he does, then yeah.
Brunson can
and I
stop
think they
himself.
can because Boston's got great defense.
Great defense.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll see. They're tall. They're lanky. They're just really good. So
yes, sir.
yeah. And then we got, let's see, that's it. Those are the four games that are going to be coming up here soon for round 2 in the NBA playoffs.
So the recap will be about what happens tonight, what happened Tuesday. When we catch back up next Sunday at 2:00, we'll recap everything that has transpired and be held to what we just said.
That's right.
Several seconds
We're going to be
ago.
held accountable for this.
Held accountable what we said 7 seconds ago. And I'm going to remember, I'm going to remember what I said this time. Yes, sir.
That's right. And the Rockets, Warriors, whoever wins that game plays the Timberwolves.
Yes, they do. They're going to attempt to try to play the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
They're going to try their very best to handle the problems that Minnesota's going to go. Obviously, I'm going for Minnesota. Bow.
Yeah,
yes,
he's a Minnesota guy.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I'm probably going to go Minnesota as well.
You should if you're smart.
If the Warriors win, it's going to be a 6-7 matchup.
Game
so,
one.
I mean, they're basically equal. If the Warriors do go on to win the championship,
yes,
they'll
sir.
be the very first 7 seed ever to win the championship.
Remember you telling me that.
Remember Houston Rockets? They were a 6 seed back in the 90s when they won it when Jordan was around.
Oh, beautiful.
But they won it 2 times in a row.
Right.
So they were a 6 seed at that time. Yeah, man. We got some fun games coming up.
We got some fun games coming up.
Got some fun games coming
up.
up. So
IFL coming up.
Watch some baseball if you want to watch. You know, honestly, I don't watch baseball too much early on in the season. I'll follow it a little bit, but when playoff time comes, October, it's time to watch.
I'm gonna get more. Shout out to Malcolm. I'm gonna get more involved with the player props things. Maybe that'll help me out with fantasy. Right?
Yeah.
If I can understand the player props, how to bet that versus that little, you know what I'm saying, that with that little
fantasy football.
Yeah, fantasy football. Maybe that'll help me with that. Follow with that and stuff like that. We can try something like that.
Yeah. Oh, fantasy football. We'll get a fantasy football team going too.
It's just time consuming though, isn't it?
No, not fantasy football's not.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%
You don't got to
sure.
be on your phone. You got to have draft picks. You got to have chicken.
Well,
wings,
you got to do
and a
that.
few beers
Well, you
and
got to do
stuff like
that, but that's cool, right? That's fun.
That's what we do.
Yeah. It's
That's
better
what
than better than basketball. You got to set your lineup every night.
Yep.
Baseball, I mean, they play games every other day. Sometimes 3 days in a row.
3 games in a row.
Sometimes 2 games in a week.
Crazy. That's why baseball is just too much to just inhale. You'd be so tired watching baseball. But shout out to the baseball players out there.
Yeah, baseball. It's longevity.
It's longevity. It really is.
I did want to point out real quick, before we close, is these watching professional players play. Some may think that there's how should I say this? That you got to remember that these professional players are the best our species has produced. So when you're at a high school game and you see all the high school players playing and you see that one person that's dominating, that's who's in the NBA, but all of them come together and play together. So when you see, some teams are faster than others, it's so interesting to me to watch these guys play because it looks like they're effortless, but they're not.
Okay.
Because it's think of that high school team that has that one player,
right?
And they got 4 just average people.
Okay.
That one player goes to the pro, and so do all those other one players on all their respective high school teams. They go to the NBA and play at a high level too.
Okay.
Everybody's good in the NBA. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
All right. Well, I mean, it does. Yeah. You did do what it took to get to the NBA. You're finally in the NBA. You're labeled as a professional NBA player, so you should be considered as that. You know, I would feel. Yeah. I didn't. What was the question? I didn't.
There's
get
no
the question. Oh, that was just a statement.
It was just a statement. Everybody who's watching NBA, just know that these guys, you lost something.
I did.
These guys, that these athletes are so good that they're all good, but there's a starting five and there's people that sit the bench.
Yeah.
So it's just they're really good. You just gotta watch the game and just have fun with just have fun with it.
Just have fun with it.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyway.
Copy that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, little guys out there, do something productive. You want to create some great habits, do something productive. Make the bed, take out the trash, walk the dog.
Help your mom.
Help your
Mother's
mother.
Day is coming up.
Mother's Day is right around the corner. We should be doing it anyway. Why should we have to wait till Mother's Day to show them some love, that we care about them, that we appreciate them? We should continuously do that all the time, every chance we can, especially with our moms.
Yep.
Let's try to work that out. Let's incorporate that to help build some of those values in you and do the right thing. Be nice to moms.
Be that leader.
Be that leader. There you go.
Right.
Be that leader.
Be that leader.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Ebas, thank you.
It's been fun.
Always in the Sports
Cook.
Lab podcast.
We will see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Sunday.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Lots going on this week.
Pull up, join. We're going to talk about, again, we'll recap this game, these games that we're going to go watch, the game Monday night, and then he'll probably bring you back some more baseball. Talk about football, too.
Yeah, we will. Yep. Schedule's coming out
Yes, sir.
next week. All right.
Take it easy.
See y'all later.